one game up over Team Naventic, and they have chosen Infernal Shrines, which means Team Naventic has chosen to have first pick in the next draft.
We got to look at Kerrigan. Even though surprisingly low value in North America and Europe on Infernal Shrines, have to consider that, knowing it's, again, a Glorong hero, and it gains viability onto that map, only increasing, you know, the threats and bans and crippling in the draft on the side of Naventic. When looking at Naventic, is there anything that's going to stand out when it looks at Infernal? I don't think so. I think they ran Gul'dan, I believe. If not, I believe they did. I got to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that they ran the Medivh, or the Gul'dan, into Infernal Shrines as well.
Yes, Gul'dan Vala. And then they also busted out their Medivh Kerrigan. And that was when we talked to Zuna. They won that series, and he was talking about just making an undying comp of sorts. So I really believe that they will probably try to head back into that if they can. Don't know, though, if they'll get Kerrigan as well as all of that.
Yeah, especially with how good Glorong is on the Kerrigan. The threat that he's able to provide is, you know, it's a lot better than most Kerrigans in North American scenes. So I would like it. I would be down for a Kerrigan show. The question is, do they have the comfortability of picking that on the front half of the draft? I don't almost know if they do. I think they would rather the idea, you know, moving more towards the back half, picking the Zeratul or maybe a Medivh for Glorong.
Team Naventic in the past has banned Ragnaros here, and if they want to leave Team 8 to have to ban Tafsadar or Kerrigan, they could bring that back out again, or something like Malfurion from Buds, or Sonya.
I told you, I think on Infernal Shrines, man, she's scary. She is absolutely terrifying. Tafsadar is going to be the ban. Where do we go from here? Is it the Ragnaros? I'm guessing it's the Ragnaros. If not, it's going to be the Kerrigan here for Naventic. I bet they back out of the Kerrigan.
You bet right.
And now it's going to be Kerrigan, and I want Vala. No, why do you not give me the Kerrigan? Darn it.
I'm almost happy just because of how fast you tilted.
She's fallen so far from the priority here on this map.
That's true.
In North America and Europe, she still sees play in Korea, even first pick, because she's just insane. She's still an option. They can still pick it in the later half. I don't think Team 8 will.
No.
Because Glorong is on the Zeratul 100%.
Yeah. But Naventic maybe, if they played Zuna on Ragnaros, and then, I mean, that'd be scary to follow up a Kerrigan combo with Sulfurous Smash.
Yeah, it would be devastating if that was the choice. I feel like they're going to go with Malfurion.
I do too.
And Gul'dan, or Malfurion and Vala in this rotation.
Yeah, the Vala was what I was thinking. They've had her in both of their games. Varian.
Okay.
So they're going back to that unkillable comp for Infernal Shrines that they ran versus No Tomorrow and won with that comp too.
Versus No Tomorrow. Correct?
Yes.
The only team lower than Naventic in the standings.
True.
That's I'm not talking trash. I'm just trying to point that out. So the viewers
at home
still
trying to play something that they have found success with before.
Yes, yes. I just want everybody to, you know, considering the opponent, if they did that with Temple Storm, you know, we might have something to talk about. I'm not saying that it can't win. I'm just letting everybody know, you know, context of that scenario might be provided because I, in fact, have won a lot of my Murky games, but they're against random players in Hero League, and so that doesn't really matter that much. I'm just saying. Tychus, Malf, that's going to be the transition here, leaving the Warrior up. Diablo's going to be banned out. Varian's already going to be picked up as well, so where will Team 8 go with theirs? But for now, Naventic's got to get the pickup. Okay, so when looking at the Shrine Control, Naventic has none. When looking at Team 8's Shrine Control, pretty much none. Both teams have forfeited, you know, consideration to the wave clear onto the Shrine, and Team 8 doesn't have a pick left to be able to make up for that. But Naventic, in fact, does. Question is, what would they like that to be, as they now need a support? I'm guessing that's going to be the Rhaegar.
I still think it's going to be Vala. Maybe Gul'dan. But knowing that, well, I guess if they wanted to do Morales, they could Gul'dan Morales.
I definitely think they need Rhaegar, just purely off Shrine Control.
Okay.
The fact that nobody gets it, that means Rhaegar is literally the probably best wave clear or Shrine controller in this game right now. So I think
Rhaegar Vala.
and
Carzine
Gray main. So gonna have that Q build out on the Gray main. Good poke overall. Gonna have survivability. Maybe go into the taunt threat with Sulfurous Smash, Seven-Sided Strike potential. Medivh for the gap closer. A lot of hard initiation. Where will Team 8 go with the last pick?
No Diablo.
I want Tyrael. I think I want Tyrael the most. But I might.
It's going to be ETC.
It might be a terrible pick in this scenario. Ooh, it's a tough one. Just the raw kill potential coming between the Medivh and the Varian, and then whoever is there to be able to punch the sad member that's going to be taunted there with that portal. Varian's scary. Varian Medivh is a whole new level of scary. Imagine if you took Warbringer and now you made the range like legitimately like 15 times longer, and that's what you get when you have Medivh and Varian. It's like, oh, you're running away. Well, here's a portal. That's not even counting the 13 increase. It's just everybody's there, go. And that is the catching off guard factor of the Medivh Varian is why that duo I think is so terrifying together. They have enough damage on the back with the other picks to be able to confirm the kills. I'm only worried a little bit about the shrine control from both of the sides. And overall, I do think Team 8 is a better team, so I think they'll still be able to pull ahead here. But Naventic has drafted a comp that I can see being able to take out Team 8.
But it's also a comp that if any team knows how to play and play against, it's Team 8.
They made it.
Yeah, Varian, Medivh, Ragnaros, they busted that out almost day one. They started out with Diablo, but then once they switched to Varian, they've never gone back. So if anybody knows how to get the workarounds for that, it's going to be Team 8.
Yeah, and with the confidence with the high Zeratul pick, I mean, Galarn is going to be on a very comfortable hero. The side soaking that they have the opportunity by picking up the false head. I think there's a lot of really good tools. It just is a comp where it's very easy to punish your opponents, and I hope that Team 8 has the tools to be able to deal with it.
We'll see if they do, because if they do, they'll be able to take this series up to 0. We're headed into Infernal Shrines.
Because if they don't have the tools, we're going to be looking at a 3-level lead. That's what happens with pick comps. But, you know, Team 8 here, they've been so calculated in their play overall from week number 1. It's why they've only lost to Tempo Storm so far.
And took them all the way to Game 5. Now, Team Naventic, though, down 1 game in this series. Wingman, well, you know what? It is Yoda. Right? Yeah. No. Wow. Prismaticism.
Prismat?
Still, it's Team 8 who does fluctuate a lot with their false out builds. Tempo Storm almost always, if not always now, Seasoned Marksman. Not seeing very much Gathering Storm really from anybody, but Team 8 is the one team who's been willing to run this Wingman. And how far they go into Lightning Rod, I'm not really sure. I don't think they will, because I think they're still going to want Boomerang for the Shrine.
Yeah, Boomerang for the Shrine makes a lot of sense. Kenma here with the flank, going into the Iron Fist. Flask build out of Greymane. No surprise considering the map. Big Impact, though, is going to be on the Greymane, putting Tomster onto the Ragnaros. Now that makes a lot of sense. You know, Tomster is the melee player. He should be playing the melee. It's just that Tomster legitimately started his career on the hero of Greymane. Got the nickname of T-God because of his performance there. So it's not that it's different. It's just, you know, it's always nice to be able to see him on the Greymane whenever you possibly can. It's like if somebody else on Team 8 played the Zeratul, you know, it's just you feel bad if you don't see the original, you know, having Glarong on there.
Like not having K1 Pro play Jaina.
Yeah, when he's on Thrall, it's just weird.
That is. Both teams trying to find picks where they can. You saw the early aggression from Team 8 up in the top, slowing down Ragnaros and putting some damage on the towers up in the top lane too. Now Zuna is here to help protect him. Prismatically hanging out in the top versus him. Picks are going to go on somewhere else. Looks like it's B-Kid. So constant rotations from this ETC and Zeratul. Even Buds now can move down to the bottom as well. And there are 2 members, so we'll see how much, if they can get a pick on someone from Naventic right here.
Glarong's going to show. Justin goes in. Power Slide connects. Root's there as well. That is going to be big impact going down. Shrine now going to be spawning there up above. Zuna has made the transition there onto the Medivh towards mid. And so a small window here for Team 8. Greymane's going to be able to spawn. Greymane does provide a decent amount of shrine control with the Flask build. As you see Tomster hit that Q, he does okay as well. Probably one of the better melees in the game when looking at Ragnos, but look at teammate, no interest. They're just going to apply split pressure and force Naventic to be able to answer them, and Naventic's draft doesn't have any wave clear for that type of play. So, very heads up. Again, teammate min-maxing so well what their composition is good at and what their opponents struggle with.
Yeah, exactly. Understanding both of the compositions completely when they go in and setting a game plan because of that. Now teammate have slowly moved into the shrine, but keeping Falstad in the top and keeping track of all the members. Kenma is 1v1ing Glauron here. It's going to swoop in with a regrowth, but portals are here. Oh, nice roots on the other side of the portal to make sure that Karzim can't get out, and Kenma will be the second takedown of the game for Team Naventic.
Isn't bad. I just imagine just Bud sitting there going like, hello from the other side. He just throws down the roots, you know? He's just like
Especially with the Loon's Grace.
Yeah, he just... Kenma says goodnight, but the Skeletal Defenders, 33 in the favor of Naventic. The bottom camp is still just wailing away at that front wall. Again, the lack of wave clear and resources committed. That is without a doubt the biggest weakness of Naventic as a team when looking at their rotations. And teammate is by far the best team to be able to punish it. Every choice that they make is solely based around just, you know, what is our comp good at, what is our opponents, and this is something I have not seen from a team in North America in a very long time.
Teammate even has Glauron jumping on top of Biggie. The back and forth has happened. There was a well here though. Biggie, oh, he goes down. Glauron gets the kill.
Oh, doesn't count unless you B-step.
Dread is unimpressed.
No. Very well done. Glauron being able to get the kill and picking up that, you know, having that 7 there to benefit him.
That might have been the longest Khazra camp
Has ever
value
stood.
I've ever stood. Biggie doing what he can, but a lot of sacrifice given from Naventic in order to clear out that camp. And especially not just in the kills. Look at the experience. A full level lead this early on, 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. And all because teammate were willing to give up a shrine, but put enough pressure on it at the same time that Team Naventic never felt they had to devote a lot of resources to it, more than they would have liked. And teammate took every advantage elsewhere.
And I think that's a really good point as to when like talking about drafts and some of the lingo that maybe I can throw around at times seems like a little bit confusing. And so when I talk about shrine control and just how easy it is to be able to get the clear onto the shrines, and wave heroes are very good at it, it's different, a little bit different than wave clear in that sense. And so when looking at the idea of shrine control, if Naventic had a hero with good shrine control, right? Let's just use the example of the Kerrigan to be able to, because she is the best at it. So suddenly that camp on bottom isn't a problem for them to be able to deal with. It allows them to rotate anybody in the world but Kerrigan. Kerrigan will get that map objective as fast as possible because it is so slow though, and there is no shrine control on really either side. By teammate getting that and then no wave clear on the side of Naventic, it's just like, well, you're gonna take forever to get the shrine. You're not gonna be able to deal with this camp on bottom, and it's just buying time to lead that, further that lead and experience on the side of teammate. And so a little bit of not only the beauty of what teammate is kind of doing in this game, but also to clarify for you guys at home, if you ever get confused on why I put so much emphasis on things like that into the draft, that you're looking at case 1 right here.
Teammate now with that experience advantage they've gained through these amazing plays, has heroic abilities, and that will be a shrine for free for them. No ability to contest from Naventic, and even keeping Falstad in the top to defend the Fallen Shaman as long as he possibly can. And teammate with this Arcane Punisher is looking to do a lot of work. They're clearing it as fast as they can. Falstad has been joined by Zeratul up in the top, and that might net a kill on Medivh, but he does portal out.
Vorpal Blade is there to follow. Zuna is on the retreat, but it looks like he might be fine. There's going to be the pooling. Long is going to get caught out here, though. His stealth, good gust. His stealth was actually just at the perfect timing to where Varian would be able to get in range there with the Lion's Maw.
This pulled up all of the members of Naventic.
It did.
To the top.
Which means this free on the bottom half of the map here is going to be a fort. If Glauron makes this transition down to bottom, if they focus the sidewall, I would really enjoy just a hardcore initiation. If not, I expect them to rotate mid, get mid fort. That's true. Probably mid fort's the safer bet. That's good. Bait out Molten Core, then go mid. All right, there's going to be a power slide. Kenma eats a lot of damage. Leap over the wall on the B-Kid. No more core is going to be used, so it's going to be a keep on wall. But if the Molten Core was used, yeah, again, opening up the map is really awesome. I also just love the idea of just trying to be as aggressive as possible. But you're right. Ragnaros is a, he's a pretty good hero, pretty good deterrent.
Yeah, his Molten Swing is scary to engage into.
Yeah, it's probably single-handedly the best defensive tool that exists in the game, outside of maybe Void, and I think that's an unfair comparison. Oh, that was a ley line whip, is what we just witnessed there.
Twilight Dream did not miss its mark, though. Medivh was blown up quickly, and Team 8 are very nearly level 13. Team Naventic wanted to go for the fight, but maybe a little too aggressive, trying to get that fight to happen before Team 8 got 13, and now they once again will find themselves down a talent tier.
It's got to be a tough position. Showing the mentality maybe a little bit too of Naventic if it's struggling a bit. That's going to be Falstad going down. Good combo coming out from BKid and Kenma there. 7-sided strike and a taunt. Falstad just, it's not much you can do. It's a handoff keyboard moment. 13 talents here though, still for Team 8. They get the camp. See if there's going to be a successful invade. There's the portal, the dismount. This is going to be a bad moment for Team 8. Glawron has to be able to get a Void to be able to pull away, it seems.
So the Void does catch ETC. Ice Block to stop the Sulfurous Smash. Big Impact jumps in, but does not get a kill on Buzz, and Glowron is out of there. So Glow saving his team with the Void Prison there. Yeah, and Ice Block too. Yeah,
so Glowron literally was a half-inch away from having a poor Void. But you could see, the hesitation that he put into it to make sure he perfectly split his ally from, the rest of his opponents and making sure he didn't force Buzz into his own death, then getting the Ice Block away. I mean, if you needed a reason to really, look at this game and wonder why it is where it is, I think that was a great example.
Textbook moment.
Yeah, it was just, in fact, they're just doing everything this much better than Naventic so far into the series.
But Team Naventic have come back quite a lot in the experience deficit. They're trying very hard to get their level 13 talents. There is going to be a shrine activating, so Team Naventic are going to use the time knowing that Team 8 would like to go to that shrine to just push in another lane up here in the top lane, trying to get their 13 talents. The talent for the tower almost gave them that, and there is a bruiser camp up in the top that Falstad will deal with, and that buys some time for Naventic to move into the shrine, especially knowing that Team 8 have only gotten one, now two of the skeletal defenders. So Naventic not even in the situation where they're down 30 defenders and have to make a risky fight happen.
Wingman used up on top. The soak for Zeratul is still being completed there onto the bottom half as we see Glowron soaking. Falstad's got the pressure on the top, just no focus onto the shrine itself. And again, Naventic just doesn't have enough shrine control. You see, to get 21 defenders, it's taken them a long period of time, and they have nobody to go get split pressure elsewhere on the map. Teammate is, how would I say, dismantling is really kind of what we're experiencing here. Just such calculated play when it comes to compositions. It's
frustrating for Naventic too because they want Greymane to be the one here at the shrine.
Their only wave player.
And he's the one who keeps having to go down and defend versus these mercenary camps that Team 8 have pushed deep into the base of Team Naventic. But Naventic at least do get a Punisher to staunch some of the bleeding that has happened to them. It's going to be jumping over. Justin can bait it in.
Very for the follow-up, but Greymane's not there. He's getting the clear on the top. Portal's going to be laid. Leyline Seal attempt. Maybe 7-sided strike is going to be Ice Block there. Leyline Seal comes in. The leap on the Punisher is up.
Justin has Mosh, so they have to be careful, Naventic, how they run into these
on bottom now.
Scary situations. Yep, Zeratul this whole time has not even been with Team 8. He's been working on helping the camp once again in the bottom lane. This bottom lane has been so valuable for Team 8 this entire game.
It's so awesome to see. We've seen teams do what Teammate's doing right now to their opponents. Typically, you only see it internationally, and it's like there's a couple of moments. There's Chinese players that are very, very good at it, specifically with like Zool in weird scenarios, where it's just a constant like, your opponents are like, well, let's just fight. And then, again, it's just sitting there and going like, well, like, what if we don't? We don't need to do these things when we beat you in other aspects of the game. And that's why well-rounded drafts and compositions are so, so important here in Heroes. And I legitimately don't think I've seen a team ever in North America do it as well thought out as we see from Team 8 here.
Yeah, that was one of our big questions for Team 8 is would they take the bait from Naventic to fight? That's all Naventic has shown that they want to do. And knowing Team 8, specifically Glowron, in the past,
he sometimes
eager
can
to fight.
Yeah,
eager
sometimes.
to fight. But in this case, understanding once again not only the compositions, but the team they're up against and their strengths and weaknesses, and taking full advantage of that. And because of that, we see Teammate now ahead in this game, ahead in the series, working on the first keep, making Molten Core come out before Teammate will walk away.
Yeah, and now B-Kid looks like he might try and force the fight, but again, no 16 talent here. Good peel coming out from Justin.
If they fight outside of Molten Core, then it will be a while before Ragnaros is here. There won't be any sort of Sulfurous Smash follow-up. So here comes the power slide from Justin. 7-sided strike has to be used from Kenma. Gust away the rest of the team, and nice face melt to get Kenma back in a bad situation, but save from Zuno will come in, keeping everyone alive, at least for now. There's going to be an Odin and a Void Prison.
Mosh.
Here comes a Mosh follow-up too. Power Slide continues through. Mosh Pit to secure 1 kill. Twilight Dream to secure a second one. And Ragnaros and Medivh fall, and so will this keep.
Talk about taking the bait, Naventic there. You know, they saw a moment, the Molten Core came out, and they were like, okay, and then they realized, yeah, Rag's back at the keep. We still haven't picked up 16, boys. This is not looking good. Not even the portal is going to be able to get them out of that situation. Keep down, 16 talents here, still in favor of Teammate. You know, it's really satisfying to see this play. It might not be as, you know, action-packed and, you know, pew, 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 as you normally see.
Scrappy.
But it is, in my opinion, this is so much more satisfying to see. A team just doing what Teammate is doing right now in this game, constantly just outthinking Naventic. Getting pressure on bottom while the, you know, camp's on top. Got the 16 Talontiers finally get picked up.
Yeah, Unfettered Assault and Executioner for Greymane. So a lot more damage coming in for Greymane here into the late game. But still, it's a 2-level lead. Teammate will back off and allow, again, Zeratul in the bottom. Just free pushing away that bottom lane. Falstad's been in mid, soaking this entire time.
Yeah, and nobody's going to stop him. He'll get rid of the well. And Teammate's going to keep this up into, oh my goodness.
Rude.
That was perfect timing.
Buds the Legend
Barnes
returns.
going to core. That's how much he cares right now. Oh my gosh. He's legitimately just like, we'll just go core. You know, screw it. Nobody's going to answer to him. He'll just proceed to get poked. Now they're going to try and buy time. Medivh has made it back, but Medivh can't do anything without Leyline. So a not too great appeal sent back here for Naventic, but they need Greymane for the poke on the Shrine. Suddenly the Shrine clears up. Zuna, if he's going to bait with a shield, he's got Vorpal. Yeah, the shield's still going to be up at 88% on the court. Varm might just void. Varm went in again. 82% on the court. This is playing with your food.
Okay, well, Teammate slowly moving in to use the damage. Kenma going for the kill on Prismaticism now, way far away from his team. Yona moves back in. 79% is the core. Glaurung has used Void Prison, and Zuna's chasing him down now.
Yeah, but Zuna's not able to get him. Now Catapult's still onto the core, moving it down to 64%. Yeah, so Void was used. To be honest, we got to go out. We got to respect the gentleman's 1v1 we just witnessed.
Yeah.
Zuna did win it. Granted, he had a lot of selling points, like, I don't know, a place to heal up, and he can just not get taken damage for a long period of time. But he did, in fact, win the 1v1. But it cost him, you know, just about 38% of his score.
Greymane and Medivh are still chasing down Zeratul too. And Glau finally gets away. He'll just run back. Twilight Dream's been used, and that should be the end. Yes, of Varian. Justin going in, guaranteeing that kill for his team. Teammate have pulled apart the members of Team Naventic. They saw that Biggie went down along with the rest of the, along with Zuna, and now Justin just not allowing anybody to go back from Team Naventic. So Furious Smash will go out just as
Varm's going
Ragnaros
core, just so you know.
drops.
Glaurung is going core. Falstad can join. Falstad is not in range to be able to end the game yet. Well, he's still going to fly. They showed the flight over mid. So there's Gust available. 24 seconds on Void. 62% on the core. When this minion wave gets cleared, I think that might be GG. 7 seconds on 11-sided strike, or 7-sided strike. Gust is going to be dropped 40% onto the core. 33, even when the rest of the team makes it. That's going to be GG. Teammate. Shredding. Shredding Naventic.
That was a pretty game.
It was.
Them.
It was. It was so calculated. And then it got to the point where you realized, like, if you ever wondered what it looks like to get out-comped, you just witnessed it. Because there are 0 situations where you can make a decision that will allow you to win. And a lot of times when we see, we talk about drafts and we, talking about what's going to happen, there's always that window of like, what if they get picked? But when things are played well and thought out and calculated, that's why some drafts can just be a boop and so lopsided. And teammate, just put on a clinic.
Yeah.
I was just golf
From
clap.
step one.
Golf clap. Good job.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we return,